For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll take it forward to about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Notice there, he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Mahomes. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end, any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was, because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. Down to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup. There he goes, left side. Across midfield. He's on his way. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 59 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll go again with ETN. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Now 2nd and 5. Lawrence. Flush to his right. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram from 13 yards out. And the Jaguars are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. They call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
At their own 25-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2? And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go, but when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
On this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And some room to run now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Rolling to his right. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Eluding the pressure right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. And Jones not what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Hardman to return. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good head down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco once again. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for the Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 36 yards. And the Chiefs add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Lawrence. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Now Lawrence on first down. They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Escaping the pressure right. That one complete downfield to Kirk. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So Lawrence will exit, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Jaguar field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by McManus is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Toss right side to Pacheco. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The kidder here, it's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Mahomes now on first down. That ball caught. It's Rice. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Booker is on target. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Jamal Agnew. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive will be an important one for them to get a little jolt of confidence moving forward. Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line. And after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read a receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're rocking and rolling, but the scoreboard doesn't show a big difference. You know, maybe it's one of those games where coaches say you can't miss your turn on offense.
I like the way you phrased it, especially with that. I love that rocking and rolling because the explosions on offense are happening. So that's going to get the crowd going. They're loving that. But defensively, they just can't get it together to get the stops they've needed in order to help increase their margin. They've got to find a way, but you're not counting on it. That's exactly what you said. Can't miss your turn, can't miss your opportunity.
They're going for another opportunity now. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Shreds him with a stiff arm. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 132 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. They go play fake. Mahomes on the move to his left. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Chiefs are able to widen their advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On first down, Lawrence. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Looking to throw, Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On play action, Lawrence. Under pressure, and he will go down. Save back at the 38. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and that brings up third.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They're going on fourth down. Lawrence. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to get the football back. It's time to run out in this third quarter of play. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Again, it's Pacheco. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Tyson Campbell up to make the stop. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. That one caught by Rice. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Now Mahomes going to shift him around. A handoff now for Pacheco. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Butker's kick here is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Jaguars.
They go play action with Lawrence. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a 2nd and 10.
13, Lou.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy who's already tackled.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming out. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice, 38 yards. And the Chiefs are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Hey.
2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Felix Anudike-Uzomah. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Felix Anudike-Uzomah. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when...
Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And this is throw. 35 yards. And the Chiefs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Jaguars 16.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And it's picked up by the... And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Chiefs 52, Jaguars 16.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Bigsby with a carry to begin the series. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Still going. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Take Bigsby. 75 yards. And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays, give us some break, back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Yellow, yellow. 15.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
57.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Flushed out right. And that's a touchdown, but hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Butker now to add the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he's not able to get away. Gabbert sacked.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so...
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And great field possession coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw it here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the number 1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Hey, run! Go, let's go!
A final shot now for Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he'll be out right at the 35. The Chiefs going to play on